What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne.
I'm Mrs. Wayne.
And thank you for joining us today in another video. I am so glad to get behind the wheel of a nice car after such a long week. Isha, what do you think?
I'm glad to be in my favorite car.
The Bentley Bentayga.
The Bentayga that I will be taking home with me today.
Here we go. So you start cutting up before we even start the video.
But everybody knows that I always, this is like a middle point for me, the Bentayga. I love an SUV, you know this.
And the Bentayga is the only SUV you know, right?
No, because I drive my Mini.
Right.
So, you know.
So anyways, today we're here to take a look at the Bentley Bentayga V8.
The V8.
Yes, the V8 model. We reviewed the W12 a couple years ago when the Bentayga was first introduced to us. And I just wanted to take you guys through some of the details of the V8 and talk about how it's probably more cost efficient, if that's the correct term, over having the W12.
So a lot of people don't realize that you can get everything, all the same amenities, just as much power at a lower cost.
Right, at a much lower cost. It's just a little bit less power, but you really won't miss it.
You don't know the difference.
You don't know the difference. So the Bentayga V8 is powered by a 4-liter turbocharged V8. And that motor is putting out 542 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 568 pound-foot of torque at the low engine speed of 1,960 RPM.
So can you, okay, this may sound totally stupid, but for someone like me who is not like super car savvy,
Yeah.
can you please tell me the difference between like V8, V12? Does this affect your gas? Do not laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
Well, yes.
Or it just affects the power?
Well, first of all, nobody who's buying a Bentayga is worried about gas mileage, right?
No, because I'm never worried about gas, because I just go to the gas station and I just put the gas in because I need it.
Because you have to buy it anyway.
Right. It's like kind of like, well, gas price has gone up. I don't care. I need the gas.
So this one is a little bit more fuel efficient. Of course, the V8 is a smaller motor than the W12, right? W12 has 12 cylinders. And in the Bentayga W12 model, it's a 6-liter W12. You're getting 600 horsepower and 664 pound-foot of torque. But truth be told, you really do not need all that power in an SUV.
But I want this one.
The V8.
Yeah, I'll take this.
So the W12 model is going 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds. And this V8 model is going 0 to 60 in about 4.4 to 4.7, depending on who you ask. But you're not really going to notice the difference while driving the vehicles. 0 to 60 in the 4-second range in any SUV, in my opinion, is really impressive. So this car has a top speed of 180 miles per hour, and the Bentayga W12 has a top speed of 187 miles per hour. You're never going to go that fast in an SUV. I seriously doubt the market that this car is geared to, the drivers are really going to push this car to its limits. So that's where the cost savings comes into play, right? The Bentayga V8 starts at $165,000 before you add any of the options to it. Now, if you look at the W12, it starts at about $235,000. So you're talking about nearly a $70,000 gap in cost. Now, you could buy a used secondhand 911 for that, or possibly a Corvette. That's another car in the garage. So as car people, we're looking at, well, $70,000. What other car can I get for that price range?
Right. That's why I'll take this one.
That's why you'll take this one?
Yeah.
And I bet you'll leave me with the $70,000.
No, you can have whatever you want. I just want this
Okay.
one. I'm not like that.
So what do you think about the spec of this car?
So let me tell you about the spec of this car, okay? So I like a white car. You know, sometimes white cars can be boring because they look like a company car. But this one, let me tell you about this one. It is glacier white, yes, glacier white, with the magnolia, with the saddle hide. And I love like how this has been specced out. Like the wood grain does match the saddle hide, but like take for example the steering wheel. You have the lighter color on the inside with the saddle stitching. It is just a beautiful contrast.
Correct. So you got the dual tone steering wheel. It is it is gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Like the stitching of the B here.
The Bentayga, the Bentley symbols embroidered.
It's great.
Yep.
You got the perforated seats.
Tell them. What? Tell them. Look at you. Perforated seats.
The seatbelt gives me a hug.
Yes, you got the seatbelt tensioners. You got 3 levels of heating and cooling. Your massaging
Which I have
seats.
on right now.
Yes, it is freezing outside. But yeah, all the features that you could possibly want are right here in this car.
And you know, what I like about Bentley, they keep it classy. But if you do want a sportier look, you can definitely get that in here, mixed in with the classy look.
Yep.
So you can totally just, you know, make it look, you know, to what you want it to be.
Yeah, and speaking of specking out,
Customize.
of specking out a car, this car is available with 7 standard paint colors, right? And then you have 11 different hide choices. No, it's 15 different hide choices. And then you even have 12 or 11 different duotone choices. So you could get the hood colored a different color than the overall body color of the car. The duotone paint schemes on this car really bring the lines of this car to life. You'd have to see it in person, but the solid colors look nice, but when you get a duotone one, it's really a beautiful car. It makes just a really elegant statement about this vehicle. So what do you think about how it rides? It's fairly smooth, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's always smooth. Never have an issue. I mean, I always feel like I'm, you know, on a cloud.
Yep.
Also, it has like good sound.
Sound insulation.
Yeah.
So you have double glazed windows that is helping keep that sound from the road noise and trucks going by outside of the cabin. And also, when it's warm outside, especially in this hot Atlanta summer we have here,
It doesn't bake you.
it's not going to bake you inside. But since it's cold outside today, it's going to keep that colder temperature outside and keep the cabin warm.
Yeah, that's really, really a nice touch. Like, been in cars before and it's just freezing.
you don't like to be cold.
No.
Another thing I've noticed about the ride of this SUV when comparing it to other SUVs is that there's very minimal body roll, right? So this car stays level even when you're in turns. And that's thanks to Bentley's 48-volt active roll control system. So it's able to keep the car stabilized. As you see, we just made a turn and there's hardly any body roll, right? So you're not tilting like you do in a traditional SUV. It keeps the car fairly level. And I really like that about this vehicle.
That's why I need it.
So let's talk about the power a little bit. We already said this car has 542 horsepower. You want to see what it feels like? Let's go and switch it down into sport mode. What's your line that you like to say when we do this? Hold on to your butt.
Hold on to your butt.
So I'm in manual mode, and let's see if we can get it straight.
On.
This car moves, right?
Yeah.
That's fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really moves. So like I said, you're not gonna miss having that W12. That was fast, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You were really holding on. All right, that's enough of that. I don't need to do this repeatedly. Well, maybe one more time. This thing just goes.
This is why it's the ultimate SUV.
It is one of them.
Perfect.
It is one of the ultimate SUVs out there.
I mean, I even like the body style. If they want to like round it out some more, I wouldn't be mad because you know I don't really like a square.
I don't
look,
think it's too blocky, but
No. I just said if they want to round it out more, like for a refresh, you know. But I like it.
it's nice. It really is. It's just a well-rounded SUV. When the W12 initially came out, it was the fastest SUV, the fastest production SUV on the planet, right? And then the Lamborghini Urus came out, and that's now the fastest SUV on the market. But these cars are extremely quick. Like I said,
I don't even hear anything about that.
like I said, you really don't need to use all that power in an SUV because at the end of the day, if you really want to go fast, get a sports car, but the power is here if you ever feel that you need it or want it, right? But I really love how this car can just change hats at the switch of a button. You have several different driving modes. You have a Bentley mode, a comfort mode, a sport mode, and then different selections for off-road driving as well.
That's what I was going to say. Do they not realize what this vehicle does, off-roading? So let me tell you why I really need this. You know, if there was like some apocalyptic snow thing, you know, ice, you know,
here comes the justification.
I would be fine to get home. I wouldn't need to call, you know, Ben and be like, hey, come pick me up. Because I would be in the Bentayga. I can go off-roading. I can do all things.
You can also go off-roading in a Jeep, just like that one too, right?
But, you know, I'm a little bit more classy of a person.
Keep it classy, huh?
You know, so I like to do those things, you know.
So what are some of the exterior key characteristics that separates a Bentayga V8 from a W12 model? And to be honest, it's very minimal. A lot of Bentayga V8s have a black matrix grille up front, and the W12s have the chrome polished grille. This particular V8 has the chrome polished grille as well. So like I said, you can spec it out to look exactly like a W12 model. Now, one key giveaway is the exhaust. If you look at the exhaust on a traditional Bentley Bentayga W12 model, you're going to have oval tips. But on the V8 models, the exhaust is going to have a shape of a figure 8, right? So that's a key giveaway on a lot of Bentley V8 models. But aside from that, there's really not too much that's going to give this vehicle away, but you really have to have a trained eye to look for key characteristics like this.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But essentially, you can spec it out just like a W12. Of course, if you're really into full customization, working with the Bentley Mulliner team, they can give you the diamond stitching you find in a lot of the W12 models, custom wood veneers, custom leather, you know, custom steering wheels. So the sky is the limit, as known with Bentley, right? Typically, you can just get anything you want. If you want a special color, just bring in a sample of that special color. It could be a favorite hat, a skirt, or something as weird as like bringing in a lawnmower, saying, I like this color green on my lawnmower. You know, Bentley is going to be able to match that. Yeah. So the sky's the limit as far as customization of this car goes.
Now, does this V8, can I get the bench in the back?
Yes, you can get the bench in the back that we demonstrated when the W12 model first came out. So a lot of the options, like I said, are available in the V8 model. Now, as you start to check off some of those option boxes, the price will go up.
Right.
But like I said, if you're a V8 person, if you prefer the V8, you can still get a lot of those options that were found in the W12 and the V8 model. Yep.
And then the dual sunroof.
Yeah, the panoramic roof.
I really like that. I mean, if you're going to have a sunroof, it might as well be like your roof.
Yeah, the full length of the vehicle. Yeah.
You know?
I don't like the slits. It's just like, what am I supposed to do with this small hole? I want the whole glass roof, right?
And the good thing about it is, like the sun is shining right now. It's not coming in. It's like a tinted roof.
Yeah, it's not going to bake you.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yep. So it's
really cool, you know, when it's raining. If you've ever been in one of these when it's raining, it is nice. It is.
There's something therapeutic about hearing that water hit the glass that. And it's also fun to watch. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but
it's me.
It's you too.
It is.
So aside from
that's why you got me.
That's why I got you. That's why. Because
and that's why I'm going to have this.
Okay, I don't know. We're going to have to talk offline. Every time, see, I got to stop featuring you in these videos. No. They keep saying they want to see you in these videos, but every time you want to go off on a tangent. So, any closing thoughts on this car, Aisha?
I want it. I love it. You guys need to get it, or at least go to your nearest Bentley dealership. Preferably, if you're here in Atlanta, Bentley Atlanta.
Check out Bentley Atlanta.
And, you know, come out for a test drive.
Yes,
you know,
this
at
car.
Least to drive it. It's an amazing car.
You definitely check it out. They got leasing specials on the V8 models. But this is a stunning car from the superformed aluminum skin on the exterior. The V8 power plant sounds amazing. If it's not enough oomph as far as the sound goes, there's an optional sports exhaust that makes this car sound even better. But overall, really smooth ride, really quick ride. And this car just is a jack of all trades. So I strongly recommend you guys checking it out. So thank you guys for joining Isha and I in another video. We'll be sure to catch you in a follow-up video on other high-end luxury cars. Hopefully we can get a hold of a Cullinan soon. We're working on getting that to you guys, and we'll see what else this year has to bring. So thank you guys so much.
Catch you in the next one.
Remember to hit that notification bell, subscribe. Also try and share this video with as many people as you can. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you in the next one.